FOX. Jurors heard from crime scene investigators today about the evidence against a former FedEx delivery driver who kidnapped and killed a 7-year-old Wise County girl.
Today marked the 4th day of Tanner Horner's death penalty trial, and the trial could go on for another 2 weeks. Fox 4's Dionne Anglin has the latest on that trial. She joins us now live. Dionne.
Hi there, that's right. Testimony today highlighted a great deal of physical evidence and the investigators who collected, preserved, and processed it. Tanner Horner in court today alongside his attorneys. Listen to witnesses, his attorneys working to spare him a possible death sentence. He listened to witnesses, including a federal agent and Wise County crime scene investigators. The state displayed photos of the FedEx vehicle Horner was in the day he kidnapped and killed 7-year-old Athena Strand. It is a different truck than the one he was driving when he was arrested.
And what are we looking at here in this picture?
So this is the back of the van as we found it that day when we responded to process it. It was still loaded with packages that hadn't been delivered yet or had just been picked up.
Have you published State's Exhibit 106? And what are we seeing in this photo?
So this is the same van, same back of the van after we've removed all of the packages that were back there. It was definitely the van that he was driving on the day of the abduction, so we wanted to process it for forensics, meaning hairs and fibers, blood, DNA.
The afternoon brought more photos. Horner's belongings, a backpack and its contents, including a pair of gloves, also his muddy sneakers. Crime scene investigator Brett Yarrow talked about the tread on those shoes and the effort to find a matching pattern that was left on Athena's face. Now, then, under cross-examination, the defense disputed the relevance since the arrest was 2 days after the murder.
He was arrested on December the 2nd, 2022, correct?
Okay.
So if these photos were taken, you don't know for sure whether or not he was wearing these clothes on the day of the incident, do you?
Well, I would think that he was wearing these clothes, ma'am, and the reason I say that is these were taken off him when he came into the jail at the time of his arrest.
So if the time of the arrest occurred 2 days later, you don't know, you're guessing that he may have been wearing these on the day of the incident.
Yeah, I didn't state that he was wearing those at the time of the incident. I said he was wearing them at the time of the arrest.
Now, also in court today as evidence, the jury saw the box of Barbie dolls Horner delivered to Athena's home. It had been ordered for her as a Christmas present. Now, on Monday, testimony continues. One of the highlights, we are told, will be the contents of letters that Horner wrote and left when he attempted to commit suicide in jail. That was May of 2023. It's the very latest. Live. Back to you all.
All right, so Dionne, any indication at all about how long this sentencing phase is going to last?
Yeah, there are several more witnesses, including experts, to testify. But Judge Gallagher addressed that today. He says that he expects that this will go on until about May the 1st.